Here with reaction, former Energy Secretary, Texas Governor Rick Perry. Governor, I asked you last time, I said, if we include oil, include gas, include coal, you said well over 100 years worth of supply. With new technology, for example, microwaving shale oil, is it possibly even much longer than that?
Potentially, and when you add small modular reactors in there, it's for longer than anyone has a look into the future. Sean, we knew this was coming as soon as we saw the Biden administration start putting a stop to our fossil fuel production in the United States. We knew that the Russians were going to use energy as a weapon. We talked about it ad nauseum over in Europe when we were delivering American liquefied natural gas. We were basically calling it freedom gas, and it's exactly what it was. We're seeing the reality of reckless disregard of reality. And that's what this administration is doing. Reckless disregard for reality. The reality was when you gave the Russians the weapon of energy, they were going to use it. And let me tell you, I'll give you a great example. Alex Novak was the former Minister of Energy. I met with him while I was his counterpart at the Department of Energy as the Secretary of Energy. And he has now become the Deputy Prime Minister. And he literally said yesterday, I believe, that if sanctions were put into place, that they would cut off the gas into the European Union. Exactly what we told the members of the European Union that they would do if they finished that Nord Stream 2 pipeline. President Trump stood up, had the gumption and the vision to say, we're not going to do that. We're going to stop that. We're going to sanction these folks if it goes forward. And it stopped. And it gave Europe a real taste of independence from Russian pressure, and now they're back in the sights of Putin, and he's squeezing the trigger.
Let me ask you, Governor, Mr. Secretary, let me ask you this. You just heard Peter Doocy say that the left they want a fossil fuel-free America, so they're willing to they're forcing America to negotiate with some of the most hostile regimes in the world. We're literally now in the middle of a war importing all this energy from Russia. We're now apparently negotiating even with the mullahs of Iran that chant often death to Israel, death to America. Now we're going to go to the dictatorship of Venezuela. They've already been rejected by OPEC over and over again to increase production. We're going to allow Americans to suffer a 40-year high of inflation and have a weaker national security because of our dependence on foreign energy. Can you tell me how any of that makes any sense in any way to you?
Negotiating with madmen is not a good look. And that's exactly what we're doing. This administration does not, either they have, again, this is a reckless disregard for reality. The reality is Maduro, Anatolia, the Iranians, they're not going to negotiate in good faith with us. The Russians are going to do everything they can to put us into the greatest pickle that they can put us in. And China is sitting on the sidelines, or somewhat on the sidelines, watching this and deciding whether or not they're going to attack Taiwan. I mean, we're getting into a real mess here, Sean, and this administration doesn't seem to be doing anything in the reality side of it, because reality is this: stand up, Mr. President, and admit you were wrong. Push back on your woke left climate crazies and say, you know what, folks, your plan just wasn't going to work. And American energy producers, we're going to remove the regulations that are stifling you. And don't be confused about standing up and Psaki saying we got 9,000 permits, like that matters. those oil and gas individuals, when they know that they can make a profit, they will be out there drilling. But they know they can't today because the American government, the federal government, is their enemy. And until the message is sent, listen, we were wrong. Please come back and start drilling for the oil and gas that we've got in this country and bring America and the rest of the world that's on our side back to energy independence. And we can do that. We just need the signal from the federal government that we're not just going to strangle you.
I can't believe the times we're living in. Secretary Rick Perry, boy, we really could use you back as Energy Secretary. Thank you for being with us. And we could use the oil and the natural resources of your great state of Texas. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.